Hey, what's up, guys? This is Kimmerman from Kimmerman Gumpla Studio. Today, I got here the Master Grade Gundam Strike Noir from the Gundam Stargazer, and to be honest, I really like this kit. And I was about to do an early review of this after I build, but I forget where did I put this kit. Then suddenly I just remember I displayed it in our washroom. So whenever I do shitting, I can see this Gundam in our washroom. So there, now it's his time to shine, and we'll do a quick review of this Gundam Strike Noir here from Bandai. And I really like the design of this because of the sinister looking face and the wings. The wings is really nice. I really like the backpack where it can transform into it can deploy cannon, and there's a blade there. It can be a sword for the unit. And honestly, there's a rendition, I think, in the Gundam build divers or whatever that is, that it has a combination with the that site where it got a color pink, and it's called the Love Phantom, which is very nice also. I just wish that there would be a master grade of that, the Love Phantom, because I really like this kind of wings. Okay, so let's quickly discuss this kit. So this kit is straight build, and it's a very simple build. It doesn't give you pain in the ass when you build it, and honestly I didn't put the screws allocated for this kit, especially here on the shoulders and in the backpack, so I didn't put any of those screws. Okay, so let's look for the aesthetics. So the aesthetics here, it doesn't have any stickers, but it does have decals, but I didn't put yet the decals. So all the yellow thing that you can see here are all color separated parts. It doesn't have any stickers for that, except for the eyes. The eyes is black and yellow sticker, that's it. And the forehead camera there, these are all stickers. Okay, but overall there are no stickers with this kit. Okay, so the backpack here is really nice. I really like the backpack appearance. So there we got the color separated pieces here, the yellow parts there, and there's a hole there. I guess you need to slot the action base there inside, or you can put some gun there, but there's no slot for gun or clip for the gun, unfortunately. And so let's go with the articulations. The head here can rotate about 360 degrees, just like that, and it can look up and look down like that. Okay, and the shoulders, okay, let's play with that. The shoulders can rotate 360 degrees if there's no backpack there, but if there's backpack, it can be hindered by those structure here. So it can move inward like that, so it can move so much inward movement on that, where you can do some cross shot like that. Perfect for the cross shot thing. As you can see here, this feature on the shoulder allow the unit to pose that dynamic cross shot pose. Okay, and it can raise up to this far, which is very nice. I really like the dynamic raising of this shoulder. There. Looks like the asthmatic raise of shoulder, like that. Okay. And can raise up like this. There. Up to this far. Very nice. And the elbow can bend almost 180 degrees without the gun. Okay. Okay, it's 180 degrees with the gun like that. Okay. But the hands here is the bullshit thing. Cannot grip well the rifles. There. The hands is the trigger finger and the connected finger. This is the old school hands. So you can see with the old master grade. I wonder why Bandai didn't make hands such as the hands like what they call this, the hands like Strike Freedom and the Strike Freedom and the what they call this, Justice, Infinite Justice. So it differs from those units. This is a bullshit hand, to be honest. Cannot grip the gun well, as you can see there. Can barely grip the hand. I might change this hands into Darling decals sooner or later if I get the chance to buy again that set. Anyway, there's this nice elbow bend here, almost 180 degrees. Or 180 actually, there, double jointed elbow. Okay, very nice. The hands is the only weakest link on this part. Okay, so the waist here can rotate up to this far. There. Side skirts, you have these pistols attached on the side skirts, and the front skirt can raise up to this far. But underneath the front skirt doesn't have any designs underneath, so it's just a plain plastic there. So it can kick up to this far, okay, and it can kick back. Okay, the guns was removed. So the butt flap, by the way, there's a butt flap. It can move the butt flap, then can kick up to that far, kick back after that far. Then the knees has a very nice mechanism. When you bend this, the armor on the thigh will move forward, and this armor here will get separated from the sheen. And there you go. Very nice bend. And the feet, there are pistons on the feet there, so you can see there are pistons. Okay, and it can move at an extreme extension like this, the plantar extension, very extreme. And there you can close it with this ankle guard there to avoid exposing the piston. And also it can swivel side to side like that, can move side to side, and it can do plantar extend just like that. So there, you can also do this toe flex and toe extend like that. Okay. So for the backpack here, the backpack can move like this, and it can raise up to that far, just like that. You can raise that far. Here. Then there's this cannon here. You can deploy these cannons Okay, and you can rotate the cannons forward like that, so it can shoot forward. Just be careful because the connection here is a bit brittle, so I'm afraid I might break those peg there. Anyway, there we go. You can shoot on this angle here, and also this part here, you can remove it to expose the blade or the sword. Okay, it's very difficult to remove. Forget how to remove this shit here. Anyway, wait. So now I already removed the sword, but I lost the blade effect. To be honest, there's this beam effect that you need to attach here, so that it will look like it has this beam blade there, and it will be his sword. So I wonder if you can hold it like this. Yep, still I can hold it nicely, but not firmly. Okay, but it's annoying. You need to hold it like this. There. Okay, so a secure grip. There we go. You need to hold those or clip those peg on the trigger finger to make it sturdy. There, it will not fall off like that. And the guns, we got here the pistol. So we got this pistol here, and I think this one he can hold it well because this is not that heavy. So all you need to do is insert the trigger finger on the trigger like that. Insert it completely. Okay, good. And that's it. Wait. Okay. Okay, that's it. Oops. There, that's it. He can hold the pistol and saber. There we go. And there's this shooting parts here. Very nice. Too much firepower for this kit. And so there we go. Then the gun here, we got two of these rifles. This is the same with the rifle, I think, with the dual Gundam. So there we got two of these, and we got a missile here. So there, it's like a missile launcher, and it can be attached on under the rifle. So there you have he has the option to launch this like that, and bombs away. Okay, so let's compare this kit with the other seed kits that I have. Let's compare the size. So I got here this Buster Gundam. So he's about the size of Master Gundam. So this is an average model kit, by the way. So this is 18 centimeters model kit. So they're the same height with the Buster Gundam. And let's compare it with this UC Century model kit. I got here the RX-78 5. So they're also the same height. And let's compare it with my recent seed kit from the band. So these are all Bandai. This is also Bandai. This is the band here. I got the Justice Gundam. Okay. So Justice Gundam here is a bit taller than the Strike Noir in terms of height. There. So it's taller than the Strike Noir. And by the way, this is the Mr. Flimsy guy. All the joints now are so flimsy. I regret buying this. So now I recommend not to buy this Justice Gundam from the band. This very flimsy. Bullshit. Kid. Okay, so thank you so much for watching this Strike Noir review from Bandai, the Gundam Stargazer kit. So see you next time. It's Cameraman from Cameraman Gunpla Studio saying good night, God bless, take care.